Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So I came across a TikTok video where an Ethiopian woman was yelling at the screen about Lamar Odom. She said she hated him, that he ruined Khloe Kardashian's life, and that Khloe was telling the truth about his father wanting to pull the plug on him when he was in the hospital. And the part that stood out to me, she doesn't know Lamar Odom. She doesn't know Khloe, and she doesn't know Lamar's father. But she was speaking with full certainty. And I'm going to show you the video.
She revealed that your dad wanted to take you off life support.
Yeah. I was knocked out in sleep at that time. But, if you know Joe Odom, I don't think that's something that would ever come out of his mouth. He was my, biggest fan. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know where that got caught and mistranslated.
You feel like that's not the truth?
I mean, I just
Or you'd like to believe that's not the truth?
I mean, I just can't see him ever doing that.
Fuck Lamar Odom and his degenerate crackhead ass. He's essentially accusing Khloe of lying about his degenerate crackhead ass dad wanting to pull the plug on him while he was in a coma from his overdose for the insurance money. I hate him. He is legitimately a shitty person. We should have never wasted her time on that blob of bullshit masquerading as a man. He resents her so deeply. For what? You used her. You admitted it. And yet, she's stuck by your dumb ass. God, literally never help a man. Ever. I don't know what I expected from this documentary, but it wasn't for him to be like proudly this clout-chasing, disrespectful fuck. Thank God she didn't have children with that man. Who would have thought Tristan would be the better alternative by leaps and bounds, bitch?
Now, what's happening here? This is a textbook case of parasocial attachment. People get emotionally attached to celebrities they've never met, and suddenly they're defending them like family. And that's what she was doing because she doesn't know Khloe. Black people didn't want Lamar Odom to marry Khloe, as I recall. Black people wanted Lamar Odom and all of these other wealthy athletes to marry Black women and strengthen the Black family. They have a right to marry whomever they want to. But this was what we hoped for him. But he went on with Khloe, and she really dragged that relationship out, as they all do, those Kardashians. And so she's treating Khloe like Khloe was some type of a virtuous woman when most people don't see it that way. But then she added her projection, inserting her own beliefs and emotions into someone else's story. And it becomes even louder. She has developed a parasocial relationship with Khloe Kardashian and probably all of the Kardashians. Now, here's the part that hits a nerve, and here's the part where it gets real. When she started screaming at Lamar, a Black American man, and defending Khloe, a white woman, with zero hesitation, it touched on something many Black Americans talk about. Not about all Africans, I'm not saying all Africans, and I'm not saying all immigrants, but about a pattern we've seen enough times to recognize within them. The pattern is some immigrants come to the United States with imported anti-Blackness. Some come with a strong desire for proximity to whiteness, because in their home countries, whiteness is tied to safety, status, or opportunity. And without understanding the history of Black Americans, they sometimes assume the worst about us and the best about white people. Now, Black Americans don't do that. We see weakness in Black men like Lamar Odom, who falls for people like the Kardashians, knowing that it's going to end up in disaster like it did. And we don't pedestalize white people. We see them, but we don't pedestalize them. And we don't assume that they are in the right and the Black person is in the wrong. I don't know if the Lamar Odom is lying or not. But I do know that black parents do support their children, and it would be very unusual for a black father to pull the plug on his son. I'm just saying. And I want to say something else. America is a very unique country. Black Americans were enslaved by white Americans for centuries, and yet we don't hate white people. That is what some of the black immigrants like to think, that we hate white people. We don't. We don't hate white people, because if we did, we would be like them. We would be running. And I just wanted to make that clear, because white people thrive in America and black people do too. There is a serious wealth gap, but we still thrive. And I'm not talking about all of the immigrants. All of the immigrants don't think like that. But enough of them think like that that it becomes a recognizable dynamic. So when this woman is yelling at Lamar like she was personally harmed and defending Khloe like she's her cousin, that's not about the Kardashians. That's about her internal hierarchy. And that hierarchy didn't start on TikTok. She identified with Khloe as a white woman when she is really a black woman. My point isn't to generalize anybody. My point is, this clip is an example of the dynamic black Americans have been talking about for years, where some people extend automatic grace upward toward whiteness and automatic suspicion downward toward us. And when you see it play out in real time, it's loud. So, no, this isn't about Africans as a whole, because I'm trying to be politically correct. It's about one woman showing a pattern that many of us recognize. And we can talk about that honestly without attacking anybody. I'm not attacking this Ethiopian woman because I follow her on TikTok. She makes a lot of sense most of the time, but once in a while she slips, like she did with this one. And so that's why I'm calling it out. It's a pattern that we have noticed with black people, Asian people, Latino people. They want to identify with white people. And that's a gamble that they're taking, because they're never going to win in that fight. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video, and have a good evening.